So we can block out that Sonya. Got it blocked out. Should be pretty good. Oh, yes, sir. Where'd my drink go? How's everyone's Tuesday going? Eventful? Oh, let's pop a squat. Let me go through my binder. Make sure we don't have any grease. Don't want the grease on the Pokemon cards. I'm just trying to kill some time, stay awake. Gotta wait for all the trucks to come off a route. We've got a few here, but pretty much done, so probably gonna be another. What time is it? Oops. It's 4 o'clock, probably got another hour. They might start rolling in. We shall see. Alright. I think I want to go through and pull all of the vintage Japanese out and reorganize it. Vintage English too. I kind of want to put all the Japanese in the front and then the English come in behind it. I want to do this. We want to put on the front page. Got some more English back here. Whereabouts? Right there. Put these on the front. Well, let's just worry about the Japanese first. I was really stoked on this. So I traded, it was a Greninja promo, which was worth like 70. Traded a Duraludon Altar, which was worth about 20. And I traded one other card, I can't remember what it was, and I got that Rockets Mewtwo and then the base set Charizard. And I think I had to throw 20 bucks on top, but I really came out ahead because that Japanese Charizard, I don't know if you knew that or not, but it's going for like $200, $300, $400 raw right now on eBay. And I got it for $90 worth of trade-in credit, which I basically got with a modern Scarlet Violet promo and one card. Pretty much had that entire 90 covered. And I definitely got the better end of that deal. I don't know if he was a new vendor or if he was just... I got there 15 minutes after it opened, so I was probably one of his first sales, but he either just showed me a lot of love or he didn't really know what he had with that Japanese. He was a big One Piece reseller, so that probably tells me everything I need to know. These are what I want to reorganize. And honestly, I've still got that one. It's not vintage, but yeah, let's put... Alright, we're going to take these moderns out. We're going to put Gyarados is a close second. So these two are going to go on the front. Pull the Latios. I think this is going for roughly 160 right now. I think it might be 150 or 140. It kind of varies between those three. I think this one's going for 70. I also picked this up in trade. I traded him at almost damaged Rayquaza EX, and I think I threw like 30 bucks on top cash for this card. I think I came out ahead on that deal as well. Alright, so we're going to put the Rockets Mewtwo, and by the way, this thing is minty. Definitely near mint. For a Rockets Mewtwo, I did really good. The Charizard's, it's not terrible. It's not great either. It does have some little issues on the back, but front's pretty nice. Back's got a few little corner issues up in the top right here. You can kind of see a little bit of whitening. But honestly, it's not that bad. If I had to grade it, I'd probably say it would get a 5, 6, or... No, I don't think it'd get a 7, but probably a 5. Which, if you go look up the values of Charizards in a 5, it's pretty damn good. Alright. So, we need to get these SIRs out of the way. First page, we got to have the Typhlosions, both of them. Gyarados or Crobat. As much as everybody talks about Moonbron, what about Moonbat? It's Crobat with the moon behind it. It's pretty sick hollow. I think this should be a $100 card. If Vintage was priced properly compared to what Modern is. What do we want to put here? Let's put the Haunter and Rocket Zapdos. Also both minty fresh. Most of my Japanese is in really good condition. Like, I could take this whole stack and grade it and probably do pretty decently. We'll put our two Crobats up here and paired off. We got the Gyarados and Ninetales. I did really good with I'm going to tell you right now, in a couple years, I think all these Japanese vintage cards are going to be worth even more. I think I'm, like, while everybody else is chasing modern stuff, I haven't seen anybody constantly posting about vintage Japanese. Like, right now, I think I've probably been posting the most on YouTube about vintage Japanese. Even if it is just shorts. Put our two Magnetons right here. I'm trying to watch. If the price goes up, y'all going to know who started that. Vintage Japanese starts spiking and everything starts going up. I don't care what they say. I'm taking credit for that. So another vintage Japanese Pocket Monster bag. And I need one more to make it a full 4. I don't think I have any more vintage back here. I do not. Okay. How shall I do this? Okay, maybe I put this one back here. And instead of doing these two there, I'm going to take Celebrations. Beautiful. And their English counterparts. I'll put that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oops. Alright, zoom out so far. Day's going pretty good, Jose. Sorry, I couldn't read chat from that angle. And if I can get this thing to zoom properly. How's your day going, bud? We're just chilling. Trying to kill time. So the truck should start rolling in here pretty soon. We'll probably do a few PMs and then just do our regular checks on all of them, and they'll be out of here. I've been here since like 7, 10, something like that. These are all SIRs, promos. These are all from Terrestrial Festival except for Iron Crowns. Don't I have one more Terrestrial Festival? No, these are both Terrestrial Festival too. That's crazy. So I started off back in Pokemon and I pulled the Sylveon SIR and Eevee SIR. I think I had an Umbreon Master Ball in one, and the other one I had a different SIR. It was one of the, I think, Ogrepons, but in a Demigod pack. And that's all I wanted at the time was the Eevee evolutions, and now that I've kind of leveled out on my collecting, I have all the SARs that aren't evolutions. I have the other ones that, these are all in that same set, not that one. But they're just not as popular. And right now is a really good time to buy them while they're cheap. Especially in Japanese, they're fucking dirt cheap. Some of these cards cost me like $7, $6. These are all from Prismatic. I do like this Palafin. It's a dolphin. Can't even tell. Iron Crown. And 2 Ogrepon masks. I never understood these Ogrepons. They throw them in a bunch of sets randomly. There's like different variations of it, but I don't, I see the feet and stuff, but it's just, I don't get the purpose of these Pokemon whatsoever. I think they were smoking a little bit too much ganja that day. That one there. And if you're just getting into Pokemon, Japanese is a much easier place to start as far as if you're just collecting cards. A lot harder to sell, though, I will say that. If you go to a card show, most of the vendors aren't even going to attempt to buy your Japanese stuff. Some of them will. There's some hardcore collectors out there, too, but... So, wait a second. Where did I leave room for these? Okay. Actually, I'm going to take this out. I love this Skarmory. This thing is in amazing condition too. For as old as this old girl is, it's not gonna 10, but get an 8 or a 9. Definitely got this. He had it priced at 50. I talked him down to 45, and then I traded in 3 like $7, $8 cards, just regular art rares, and then I think I had to pay 15 bucks on top. I take a long time when I'm in the card shop, like a long time. I look through everything and I don't go after the hype stuff. I go after the stuff that I like, that looks good to me, and it typically pays off, especially if people start posting about that specific card, you'll see the value actually start to rise in real time. You're surprised how much influence people making videos about cards has on the actual market. And you got people too that just look for the content creators and see what they're posting about, and they immediately raise their prices and start pushing that same stuff. There's a whole little subterranean of economy in Pokemon. It's completely separate from the rest of the world. Breakfast of Champions. I really hope these trucks start coming in soon, because the longer they take, the later we're going to be here tonight. I really don't want to be here super late. I'm going to try to stay with Kel. Last week I got, I think, 16 hours of overtime. Week before that I got almost 20 hours of overtime. Week before that I think I got 15 hours of overtime. I haven't had a short week since I've been here. 60-hour weeks, 55-hour weeks. 6 days a week grinding. And by most of the time, I only work a few hours on Saturday because I'm already up. I mean, most of the other employees, they're not allowed to get anything over 55, but with the mechanic side, we tend to get a little bit more than the drivers. Let's go put this binder back up in my car. Oh, man. I'm sure we'll have a truck roll in here any minute. Just want to look at the Charizard one more time. I can't believe how lucky I got with this deal, dude. I freaking traded a Greninja promo, basically just a little bit on top of that. That card came in every single ETB, or maybe it was a UPC promo, but super modern. Just went out of print, if it's not still in print. I traded it for a base set Charizard. Really got one over. And then on top of that, like I said earlier, I don't know if any of y'all were in here, but that trade I made came with the Mewtwo. It was the dealer, the vendor's Mewtwo and Charizard. I traded him a Greninja promo, Scarlet Violet, and a Duraludon alt art from Evolving Skies, which is only worth $20, and I think one other card plus $20 cash, and I got these two cards for that. This Rocket's Mewtwo. I mean, PSA 10 prices are ridiculous. I don't know if it'll 10 or not, but it's I'd say definitely non-contender thing. That spot right there is on the top loader, not the card. Yeah, priced at 25. Definitely think he was underpriced. And $90 for this is absolutely underpriced. Go try to look it up on eBay right now. Base set Charizard Japanese. $200-300 raw. In worse condition than that one is. I got people selling this same exact condition card for $400 or $500. I don't know if people are paying that, but that's what the prices are listed at on eBay. And I just got it for $90. Can't put the binder up if I don't have it. Fixed the truck earlier. This one right here, I'm pretty proud of it too. So the whole PTO stopped working, the monitor stopped working. We went on a road call to go out there. It was me and Tyler, and we did lift the cab, but we didn't get all the way under it to start looking. But that monitor was off, and they couldn't turn the PTO on. It wouldn't get power. So something in the circuit in this doghouse, something was dead, either fuse blown or ground or whatever. So we couldn't fix it, told him to drive it back up here. We're going to have to go through it. And I literally pulled it in. It was like me and Kel. I lifted the cab up, and I started jiggling stuff to try to see if there's any loose connections on something that's hot or something that's ground. And like within 3 minutes, I found this whole block where 4 wires come into like a ground lug that's sitting basically right below the frame. And you could move the entire, block. The whole thing was spinning with the wires. I'm like, oh shit, there it is right there. I jiggled it around a little bit, hopped in the cab, turned the key on. PTO pump came right on. I was like, oh shit. And I don't know how I got that lucky to just go straight to it, but that's my second fix where I've actually found an issue. and diagnosed and kind of figured it out myself. In a couple weeks that I've been here, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Shit, I'm going on a month now, I think. But they don't typically, expect people to be. I don't know. I guess it depends. Either way, I felt pretty good about finding that issue. We fixed it, tightened it down, and hadn't had one single issue. We'll see when it goes back out on route tomorrow. These trucks do break a lot. They go through a lot of abuse, a lot of bouncing. It's not driver abuse, but just the conditions of the roads, traffic, the fact that they're, so much heavier. They go through a lot more shit than just your average car, so we're constantly fixing stuff. Popeyes! Oh, I don't know why I said Popeyes like that. I sound retarded today. Yeah, we just hanging out till the trucks start coming back. Listening to the birds, getting beamed by microwave. Still buzz on mine, like it seems like a lifetime ago, and I used to climb those. Definitely don't miss it. I was getting paid hourly too. I was getting screwed on that. I think I was getting paid $21 an hour. Risking my life for $21 an hour. Got to be out damn mind. I will never do that again. When we went and did the safety training for those towers, I was working for Southern Light at the time, and they sent us for the weekend in a rental car. It was like 4 of us. Might have been more of us. I think it was 4. But you got to go out. We drove to right outside of Atlanta, and they had this, kind of tower that was like not being used, but they still had stuff kind of there for testing and shit. And we had to go up. We had to do a rescue, and then we had to be rescued. And they paired me with the biggest guy that was there. His name was Donovan. He was like 200 plus pounds. And to do the rescue thing, you basically have to like connect them to your safety gear harness and kind of like rappel down with them on that. And I was not happy. I was like maybe 145 at the time, and he's like 250 probably. So yeah, that was it was not fun. His rescue went easy with me, but anyways, yeah, we're fucking risking my life for $21 an hour climbing cell towers. You can keep that. I ain't trying to do that no more. I know quite a lot about those though. I also did a lot of the small cell stuff, and small cell is basically, they've got these are set up in like, it's like groups of nodes, and these will be distanced out, between a mile or 2 miles, whatever it may be. They're all on one own little web, and then that web connects back to the main web. And instead of these small cell, like we did in downtown New Orleans, like on Bourbon Street and stuff, the tower itself mounts about 20 feet off the ground on light poles, on like random shit that they use as a street sign, stoplight, whatever the poles for those. Like it basically just wraps around and mounts on stuff that's like right outside of people's windows for their bedrooms. Like I don't know what the long-term effects of it are, but they're much like less distance between them, so they're mounted like give or take every 3 streets, and they're in like little power boxes. What it looks like, a lot of times they're painted to match whatever's around them, but if you're ever walking through a big downtown area, you'll be able to tell if it's small cell. If you start looking, give or take 20-30 feet up, 15, 20, 30, somewhere in there, start looking on power poles, start looking on stop sign, traffic poles, and look for some, boxes that are kind of mounted inconspicuously. And those are actual cell phone towers. Small cell, I don't know if they're still using it. It's definitely not something you'd use for long range or like cover big distances, but for heavy traffic areas like, big downtown areas and stuff, there's a high population, a small square mileage. Yeah, that's the way they were going at the time. I got out of cell phone towers whenever they started. We got bought out by Unity. It's like a Bloomberg Bilderberg group. Our company, our entire company, the fleet and everything got bought out for like $700 million. And that, then it became publicly traded and shit got real corporate. And, just everything changed. So that's when I got out of the industry as far as working on towers. But, yeah. Y'all want to plug this into a wall outlet? This is my subwoofer. I had two of them. For delicious meals, we could plug it into a wall outlet and have some real fun. Or nah, I ain't gonna do that. It's still good. Yeah, you heard me. I would not recommend anyone buying that though. And then my old 3K. This is a decent amp for the money. It's too expensive now. When I bought it, it was a little bit cheaper because nobody even knew what it was. So, this is a sister company. They're made in the same manufacturing facility as Teramps. So if you're familiar with Teramps, these are like the smart 3Ks for Teramps. Yeah, it did pretty good. Did pretty good. There's old clips and shorts I have on this channel when I had my little Mitsubishi hatchback, flexing the shit out of the roof and the side panels, front glass, windshield. Good. What you think? Gonna be here late? It ain't 5 yet, I don't think. They out late. I'll stay. I guess until Shaylin tells me to go home. Since you had to stay so late last night. What time did you come in? Today? Yesterday. Like 11:45, something. Almost 12-hour day? Yeah. Guess we could clean it up. You can hook the pressure washer up. That's what I'm gonna do. What kind of pressure wash? I think I've seen a leak on one of these trucks. Clean it off, pressure wash it, and then we'll figure out, let it run for a day, and we'll see where it's leaking. I know I saw something. Is it down here at the bottom? Yeah. We're gonna pressure wash the side of that transmission right down. And yeah, and we're gonna see where she leaks. Probably transmission fluid or engine oil, but it could also be hydraulic fluid because right above that, that's probably what it is. We got a pool right there too. I know the back of these, the PTO cover right here, those have leaked. I think that's PTO. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. But that cover right there comes off and that gasket gets really hot, so that could have maybe. But this looks more like it's right here in the middle. Yeah, let's pull this out and we'll pressure wash this beast. So we can do a little leak testing. This is the one I fixed earlier. We'll be able to see the PTO still works, which I'm almost 100% positive it will. Battery disconnect, if you ever get to start one. It's always a disconnect, almost always. Sometimes it's down in here, a little switch. Let's see. Yep, look at that. PTO pump still works. I already knew it still worked because the monitor's on. It said when that ground got loose, the monitor and a whole bunch of other stuff stopped working. So it was clear. I'll just put y'all down while I'm driving. Got the Samsung cameras in here now, and I'm not trying to get in trouble today. What's the point of having the pressure washer if you don't use it? May as well use it. Ooh. Oh, that'd be a good angle. All right. Get the water hose hooked up. Wash away. Pliers. Look. What's the fitting you use to connect it? Is there a fitting that goes in between the two? This is threaded and the other side's threaded on that. They're missing something. They had to pull something off of that. The connector that goes on the gold threaded end on the pretzel offer.
At this point, you knew you had fucked up.
I'm on the wrong side. God damn. I'm over here trying to connect this. I thought that was a knob from over here. Thank you.
I think this for the solution. Like
Yeah, cleaner.
Yeah, the cleaner stuff for them.
I was wondering, like, what
They
the
might
fuck?
take the plow and tighten it. Let me see. Hold on, please. See that hole?
This? Oh, man, this is fun. This is fun.
So I was trying to set up, you know,
Pop it in, pop it out. Man, that was a long move. I don't mind. It's alright, guys. That's a long move today. Hose? I was gonna hit
Watch
look,
your codes right there.
I was gonna hit the side of that and then the back of the engine because it looks like that leaks there. Blonde moment, alright? Sorry.
He can let me spray it first. And then, you'll go spray it.
Yeah, I need to let it sit.
That's for the pressure washer.
Yeah.
You weren't here when we had that big one up. Oh, man. That motherfucker take the paint off some shit.
That's, you gotta be careful on the
Yeah,
wire and
you gotta
pull
be careful
shit
with
out
that.
and connect it.
Yeah. We never had no problem. We were just fucking strong as shit.
I know some of them will take the skin off.
Yeah.
It could also be hydraulic oil in this thing, just right above it. It seems like it's most wet. The other side's got a little bit of buildup, but it ain't like that wet. That's just pressure. get it real clean, and by tomorrow when it comes back, if it goes on a route, we'll be able to.
See what's up.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with the arm. You go ahead. It's squirting out of the. It's squirting out of here now. What did I do? Open this. It was coming out of the hole in there.
You got the water on?
Yeah, do that.
Crank it up. The hose number two.
That's where the hose hooks up.
Yeah.
Alright. I knew I didn't see that gold spot before. Cleaner must go in. Where's the cleaner go in?
Just stick it in the clear hose.
No, I'm talking about like if you use cleaner with this, where do you connect it at? This thing?
You should stick the hose in.
Oh, okay.
The clear hose, just stick it down. Yeah.